Hey, what's going on, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the digital dawn where money as we know it is being reborn. Today, we're diving into news that could shake the very foundations of global finance. Are you ready to witness the future unfold? Imagine this. The SEC has just acknowledged grayscales ETF filings for XRP and Doge, but the path to approval remains cloaked in regulatory fog. Here lies the problem: uncertainty. Yet the solution is emerging from the shadows. Analysts and market predictors are buzzing with optimism, suggesting that these ETFs could open the floodgates for mainstream crypto adoption. But how will this change your investment strategy? So first, we're going to dive into SEC's nod for Grayscale's XRP ETF application. This isn't just another filing, it's a signal flare in the night sky for crypto regulation. If approved, these ETFs could legitimize these assets in the eyes of institutional investors. And next, we're going to talk about Brian Armstrong from Coinbase isn't just dreaming, he's predicting a crypto revolution. He envisions a 10% of the world's GDP running on crypto by 2030. That's trillions of dollars. This isn't just a prediction, it's a blueprint for a new economic era. But are you prepared for this transition? The time to get informed is now. And finally, the market is going crazy right now because Coinbase and Robinhood have not just met, but crushed Q4 estimates. Analysts are now raising their price targets, seeing these platforms as gateways to crypto for the masses. But here's the kicker. If you don't adjust your portfolio now, you might miss out on the next wave of growth. Every moment counts in the crypto world, and these developments are not just news, they're your cue to act. The market is moving fast, and so should you. Don't wait for the headlines to turn into history without your participation. Also, stick with me till the end of this video. I've got something special for you. You're getting an exclusive sneak peek into our crypto community platform, Altcoin Pro. And this isn't just another chat room. It's where the future of finance is being discussed, strategies are being formed, and opportunities are shared. You don't want to miss this. So if you're like most people and you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day in the crypto and financial news like we do on this channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button because that's what we do, and we bring it to you in a condensed manner. And if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. Let's go. We will also be jumping into x.com and getting the breaking news, what's happening in the crypto world right now. And as you saw in the intro, Ripple just announced this new video. We have a new look in our products on our website and right here on social. We're building the next chapter with the vision that continues to drive us, the internet of value, and transforming the way that you move value around the world, ripple.com. And so if you head over to their website, as you can see here, they've got their landing page. Scroll down a little bit. They've got a few adjustments on this first page here. Obviously built to onboard, bring on major institutional companies. We got cross-border payments, digital asset custody, their stablecoin information, explore what's possible, Ripple payments, Ripple custody, Ripple USD, banks, crypto businesses, payment service providers, neobanks, and digital banks. And of course, much more coming to you from X Breaking News. And we will be deep diving into the SEC acknowledging Grayscale's XRP and Doge ETF filings. You've seen a great pump. What's interesting is the charts were already starting to flash some signals of potential movement to the upside. This additional great news coming on top of that, we're going to be looking at the XRP charts as well. We'll go ahead and find our next support and resistance in the XRP chart. Take a look at our short-term and long-term momentum indicators to see where price is going. Also, Coinbase CEO predicts a 10% of global GDP will be on crypto rails by 2030. Coinbase Robinhood crush estimates, analysts raise targets. Really positive news for the crypto world. But first, let's take a look at the overall health of the crypto market. Right now, market cap coming in at $3.24 trillion, up 1.24%. Fear and greed index at a 41. As we talked about yesterday, it was starting to make the move to the upside. Yesterday was at 38. Last week, a 35. Last month was a neutral at 51. Altcoin season index starting to make a slight move to the upside, which is nice. Yesterday was a 35. Today we're at 37. Last week we're at a 30. Last month was an average of 50. We haven't had good altcoin season index numbers since the end of November, beginning of December, when it was up in the 80s level here. And a major important number to follow here, Bitcoin dominance, 59.7. We would like to see that start to come to the downside. getting to the 55-40% level rather than sitting so strong up in the 60s. Crypto ETFs having a struggle, down $144 million. As you can see, it has not been a super exciting time for the inflows into the ETFs as of late over the last couple of weeks. Are some of these larger institutions waiting for the XRP, the Dogecoin, the Solana ETFs to come along so they can get heated back up? Only time will tell. Top 5 trending coins according to CoinMarketCap right now. We have AFD at 0015, XRP at 272. It did make a nice run up to $2.80. We'll get into those charts at the end of this video. Trump coin making a move to the upside, currently sitting at 20 bucks, up 28% today. Solana sitting at $197.97. It's $197, and Dogecoin coming in at 27 cents. Top 5 coins by market cap total. We got Bitcoin at number 1, currently at 97,000. Ethereum up to 2,700, sitting at number 2. XRP at $2.73, coming in at number 3. USDT coming in at number 4. Solana now overtaking Binance coin. So it's been a back and forth for the 5-6 position the last couple of days. Solana currently sitting in the number 5 position. Yesterday, BNB did have a really nice spike considering the fact that Broccoli launched over on BNB. CZ was not actually the creator of that token. However, people really wanted to get on board considering that was CZ's real dog's name. Having a look at the breaking news headlines, we got breaking: Abu Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Fund bought $436 million worth of Bitcoin ETFs in Q1, SEC filings report. Just in, Trump media authorizes investing in crypto assets. Maybe that's why we're seeing that nice solid pump on the Trump coin. And this was a major headline this morning. Just in, Citi, the third biggest U.S. bank by assets, is considering expanding into the cryptocurrency custody management. And as we know, Citi and an XRP partnership has been talked about in the past. And on top of Citi, we also have State Street. So State Street and Citibank to launch Bitcoin and crypto custody. Brad Garlinghouse coming out with a solid political post here, walked away from an action-packed day in D.C. yesterday with the feeling that there is finally an incredible opportunity to advance meaningful bipartisan legislation that establishes clear, constructive, and pro-innovation regulatory frameworks for crypto. Thank you to these great leaders. And you can see him here pictured with some people over on the Congress. Rep. Bill Huizenga comes in and said, "So glad to be a part of these important conversations, both now and over the years. And thanks for you and your team's engagement over the years, Brad Garlinghouse. We are within striking distance." Now, speaking of striking distance, a lot of you guys out there that are XRP fans, you've been following the Bearableguy. And this was one of his famous posts from quite a while ago. We have this interesting heart and a 14. What goes along with 14 and heart? Oh, yeah, Valentine's Day. And what are we experiencing right now? Are we experiencing the next level to the upside on the 14th, kicking it off? 6 plus 7 equaling 13 as well. So did we get an early start? We're going to take a look at that in the charts on the 13th. Now the 14th, are we about to start a pump and climb this mountain to the upside? First Ledger says, happy Valentine's Day. Also, All In Crypto had a nice post here from Smoked QG during a recent chat that they had about ISO assets.
Cover was a document from Nobody where they discussed the Australian stablecoin, where they're deploying XDC, Ripple, and Hedera simultaneously for 3 different use cases around the stablecoin. So XDC, for example, is going to use this Australian stablecoin for trade finance. That's pretty much the focus of XDC, the $30 trillion a year trade finance. We're talking cargo ships, big shipments across seas, and that is over 100 documentations for each transaction. XDC can tokenize that into liquidity and generate more revenue for a company that uses XDC to tokenize the trade finance process. And the stablecoin, Australian stablecoin, will be used to transact goods in the digital ecosystem. Ripple, on another aspect of the stablecoin, is managing the liquidity through Ripple's on-demand liquidity platform. That's another way an ISO asset interacts with the stablecoin. And Hedera is the platform that the stablecoin is being deployed on because of its efficiency and carbon neutral environment. And because they're all ISO assets, the synergy between them naturally comes because they're interoperable simply because they're ISO assets from a compliance and tech perspective.
Wow. So interesting news coming out of Australia. And going back to Bearableguy 123's post about the mountains here, Kenny Nguyen says, I cracked the code from Bearableguy. I will share more details. And then when you head over to his page, he does have a nice little breakdown here. Bearableguy used the image representing Yosemite Mountains in California with the tallest peak at 13,114, equaling 3,997 meters. 13,114 equals 13 and 14, 213.25 and 214.25. He's saying it also equals 14 minus 13, which equals 1, plus 1 equals 2, which is February. And you can see in the image, number 13 and, of course, number 14 is in the shape of the heart. So here we have the mountain number 1, mountain number 2, and then mountain number 3. 1, 2, 3. He says more to come. So interesting information here, guys. Do you guys follow the riddles that are involved with XRP? Let me know down in the comments section. And then one of the biggest things that I saw that I was really excited about, because like I said, the charts are showing that we should be moving to the upside for sure. But breaking South Korea to lift crypto ban for institutions. And as you all know, and we even reported on it yesterday, XRP was the most traded crypto on the Korean exchange. This is by retail traders. This is not even institutional traders. The past 24 hours yesterday, it reached $3.225 billion worth of volume. That's 14% of the XRP volume. And now, the very next day, South Korea lifts the crypto ban for institutions. So we can see even more volume coming through. So exciting times ahead. But let's talk more about, you've probably already seen in the news, may have already read the headlines, but let's find out a little bit more about what's going on with Grayscale's XRP ETF. The SEC will likely face a mid-October deadline to decide whether Grayscale's XRP and Dogecoin ETFs can get off the ground. Now, they have until mid-October, essentially November. But the reality is, once the case for XRP is over, they can approve it quicker than that. This is just like the last part of it, right? That's the deadline. They have to decide before then. We also know there's a ton of other XRP ETFs in the pipeline that need to be approved as well. The February 13th acknowledgement of Grayscale's 19B4 filing for the Grayscale XRP Trust, Dogecoin Trust, means the clock will soon start for the agency to review and decide on applications mandated 240-day deadline. The 240-day deadline will start when Grayscale's filings are submitted to the SEC's Federal Register. So now we know that they've been acknowledged as they've been entered, but now they have not been entered in the Federal Registry, which will be coming shortly. Typically happens within days. If entered now, it would mean the SEC's deadline would be mid-October. Over the last 2 weeks, SEC has acknowledged applications for Litecoin and Solana as well, indicating that the SEC's leadership under Trump administration has changed its tact on crypto-related listings. Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seifert and Eric Blockus predicted earlier this month that XRP and Dogecoin ETF bids have a 65 to 75% chance of being approved before the end of this year. There are some questions remaining over XRP's security status. Seifert predicting that an XRP ETF wouldn't be approved until the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple Labs is fully resolved. And I do completely agree with that, considering it's it's the SEC that needs to approve it. And currently, Ripple is being sued by the SEC. So it would be kind of a weird conflict for them to approve an ETF when they're still holding it under an investigation. So we'll see that cleared first and then the approval, in my personal opinion. Ripple did score that partial victory in August 2023 when it was ruled that XRP wasn't a security when sold on the secondary markets. However, the SEC appealed the decision, claiming the blockchain payments firm breached securities law when it sold XRP to institutional investors, I should say there. It should not be retail. They've already passed the retail section. So exciting news. We did see a little pump in there. We'll get to that in the charts at the end of this video. Hey, bull runners, are you feeling FOMO about this bull run without the right financial support? We're here to change that. We're not just about funding, we're about growing your business together. Whether you're investing in crypto, kicking off a new startup, managing your existing business, or looking to expand, we have personalized funding that meets your exact needs. Imagine starting your business or getting capital to invest $100,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest. That's not a dream, it's what we do. We've helped countless entrepreneurs like you with 0% interest funding without needing personal funds, income verification, or collateral. With just a 680 credit score, you qualify. We understand that your business can't wait, so take advantage of our quick funding approach. We look beyond the credit score with inclusive approval process that sees the big picture of your business or investment potential. Our flexible repayments are tailored to match your business cycles, ensuring you can manage repayments without strain. With access to our extensive lending network of over 5,000 options, we're committed to finding the perfect match for your business or investing needs. Plus, you'll have our dedicated team by your side, guiding you through every step of the funding journey. Whether it's buying crypto, hiring new employees, or launching a new product, we're committed to your success. Click the link to connect with our expert advisors and secure your business's future now. And one of the most exciting things that I've seen in a while, obviously it's coming from Brian Armstrong, and he's got his fingers on the pulse of this thing. He says 10% of global GDP will be on crypto rails by 2030. Armstrong compared the current movement of companies trying to integrate crypto into the early 2000s when every company had to figure out how to adapt to the internet. On-chain is the new online, he said. If Armstrong's prediction plays out, it would mean over $10 trillion in value would be tokenized on-chain. Based on today's global GDP, over 100 trillion, according to the World Bank. And as we talked about, there's a potential of $16 trillion coming on just the XRP ledger. He told investors that Coinbase is going to be the preferred partner to come in and build things for many companies out there, as his firm reported a total Q4 revenue $2.3 billion, up 88% quarter on quarter. Armstrong said that the US, which represents around 30% of the world GDP, would lead the way through President Trump is moving fast and fulfilling his promise to making US crypto capital on the planet. He added, now that US has the most pro-crypto Congress ever, the company has seen, which is leading in charge on stablecoin and market structure legislation, which he said the rest of the world will follow. For the year ahead, Armstrong said it was going to be about growing revenue with our existing products. It's going to be about driving utility in these new categories where crypto is going to scale and building the foundations to power this next decade of growth. So absolutely incredible, amazing insight on what could be coming from someone who's definitely got his pulse on the crypto markets macro level. And speaking of Coinbase, they absolutely crushed it as far as their company's earnings go. Along with Robinhood, soaring crypto trading volumes drove higher than expected revenues and profits for the exchanges. In Q4, Coinbase posted its strongest quarter of earnings in over a year as crypto prices and trading surged after the election of Donald Trump. Robinhood's Q4 profits beat consensus estimates, with crypto revenue jumping 700% over the year. The fourth quarter, and we would argue 2024 overall, was a pivotal, consequential period for the crypto ecosystem. Market caps exploded, volumes jumped, new participants entered the market, and regulatory confidence completely flipped. Analysts for JP Morgan wrote February 14th research notes shared with Cointelegraph. In the past 12 months, shares of Coinbase and Robinhood have risen by approximately 112% and 365% respectively, according to JP Morgan. And when we look at the price performance here, the gray line right here is the S&P 500, while the blue line is Coinbase. Now, even though Coinbase had this massive pump to the upside and a crazy correction, and then actually just tapping off like a moving average line here and retesting and moving to the upside, but it is absolutely mooning and consistently beating out the S&P 500. Analysts at JP Morgan and US Tiger Securities, the stock research firm, raised price targets for Coinbase's stock coin to $344 and $300 per share, respectively, up from $264 and $265. So it's interesting, their high level estimates for Coinbase was $264 and $265, but they had to raise it almost $100 for the higher level. That is absolutely crazy. Coinbase's February 13th financial results show the firm hit a total revenue of $2.3 billion, up 88% quarter on quarter. while net income was 1.3 billion, both far exceeding analysts' expectations. Meanwhile, JP Morgan rises the targets for Robinhood as well from $39 to $45. It noted that the crypto trading revenues are becoming an increasingly important part of Robinhood's business. Robinhood reported 358 million in crypto transaction revenue, representing 35% of their total revenue. Absolutely insane, which is the highest contribution ever. Typically, we see crypto revenue contribute 10 to 20% of revenue any given quarter. Robinhood's crypto revenues are poised to further grow as the brokerage prepares to add more token types and finalize its acquisition of crypto exchange Bitstamp, which Robinhood agreed to buy in June of 2024. Another top US exchange, CME Group, reported recording cryptocurrency trading volumes during the fourth quarter of 2024. It also plans to add more crypto products in 2025. So crypto is changing traditional finance, and your traditional investors are not going to be ignoring this. So they're going to start coming over to the companies that provide crypto, but then they're going to have to start getting, maybe I should start dipping my toe in that crypto as well. And remember, when we look at CoinMarketCap, we're still sitting at only 3.24 trillion. And if you remember, Brad Garlinghouse said he would like to see that the total market cap being $5 trillion by the end of 2024. We've now moved into 2025. We didn't even get close to 5 trillion, obviously. However, there's about to be a junk ton of money flowing into the markets. So what happens to the markets when a lot of liquidity comes into them? They pump to the upside. So now we're going to take a look at the charts. Now, as we recall, let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom out. We're going to do our 3-day candles.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses through the link below. But I'm not going to talk all about that in this video because we have a lot to cover. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers, because we have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes in this video to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree. If that's a goal of yours, our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life this month. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. We have about 200 members right now, and we literally just launched like less than 5 days ago at the time of making this video. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.
And we're going to go ahead and put our momentum indicators to the downside for now. And we're just going to look at the charts. So we're looking at the 3-day charts for XRP. Now, what's really exciting, a couple of things. Number one, the new 3-day candle just started. Now, as we've been talking about, we are currently using our 3-day spider line method, which is where we take our candles based off of logarithmic. Let me turn off this buy sell signals too. We use our candles based off logarithmic. So you'd go down here, you click logarithmic, okay? Then you get your actual charts like this. And then you draw a ray from the left-hand side of the drop during 2018. Each one of these candles here we can see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And it's best to do this Heikinashi. And we even went one step further and we're actually tracking the dates of these specific candles. Remember, they're every 3 days. And then you draw a ray. So I'll show you how it works. You go up here in Trading View, you select your option of a ray. You find your candle that you want to use. Start it there. And then you use the high from April 2021 as your fulcrum point. And then you tap the button and it draws out the ray into the future. And as you can see, that was this ray right here, which was the red dotted line before, which comes to us from January 28th, 2018. We'll remove that one we just drew. But when we go into the future, we can see where they coincide. So we got our history, our midpoint, and where they draw into the future. And everyone's been really blown away by how well this works. Because let's take a look. Now, this is on 3-day Heikinashi. We'll switch back to regular. But look where price went. So it was struggling to get above the green line. It went right up to the pink line, which is now acting as a resistance. We need to break above that. Now, a couple of other very powerful things. Number one, we did have an actual bodied candle close above the 10 exponential moving average, showing us a more bullish posture. Also on the daily, we have closed above the 30 and the 50 exponential moving average. And as you can see on the daily, this is a much more apparent scenario where this green line here acted as a resistance until we finally broke through, getting to our next level up. And in the past, this next level up here also has acted as a resistance, which we turned support, we lost it. Up here, this one was also a resistance on the actual bodies of the candles on the daily at our all-time high area. But let's take a look. So we were just being stuck at the green line, which is acting as a resistance. So we go back in time. Where is that green line? January 22nd, 2018. The next line up that we're going to have, it was a support level here, but now has become a resistance. January 25th, the pink line's January 25th, 2018. Then the red dotted line is January 28th. So we take a look here. January 25th, 2018 is now acting as a resistance. January 28th will be our next level of resistance, which it has been a resistance in the past, $2.97. Then we make our way back up to the next level, $3.30. Then we have the next level of $3.50, ultimately getting us up to $3.91. And even if we go back to where the blast off happened, you can see right here, price got there, traded sideways along that as a resistance, moved up, resistance came down and hit this one as a support, made a nice pump to the upside, stuck around here in these little areas for quite some time before making the move to the all-time high. Now, a couple of things on our momentum indicators. We have been saying that we are still bullish on the higher time frame. So if we look at the weekly, still very bullish. We are having a short-term trend cycle reset. Will it come all the way down to zero? Possibly. Does it have to? No. But last time we had a trend cycle reset to zero was here. And that's when we blasted off November 4th to the upside. Right now, trend cycle is currently sitting at a 21. A reset is all the way to zero. But as you can see, our Wolfpack indicator showing bullish strength on the weekly. It is definitely bullish. Daily had this dip for a slow pullback on the long time bullish indicator. So as we can see, last time we crossed from red to green was the blast off point from November 9th, and it kept on running up until it finally just broke down February 4th. It's making a small dip and a quick recovery, And then you can also see our short-term trend cycle has now flipped back to the upside. And after today, it will be peaking out at 100. Last time we had it from the bottom, ran up to the top, peaked out at 100, stayed sideways for several days. Price ran all the way up from a 50-cent level to $1.50. So as far as trend goes, over the next day or two, we will see a price crossing back over the zero line on our long-term momentum indicator, indicating bullish strategic move to the upside. Our short-term trend cycle has gotten to the upside. If this is showing bullish and this starts to reset, price could just simply consolidate sideways along one of these support or resistance lines from the spider lines from 2018. Like we can see what happened here last time. Price came down, reset for several days on the zero line like it just did, made its move to the upside, had a little pullback check, and then blasted up. So this was price move, came back down, set itself up a nice support level here, and then made its run to the upside. So price is making its first initial move. There's actually still room to the upside though, so we do not have to come back and retest anything. We can just keep pushing on through. So we have the new daily candle body closed above the 10, 50, and 30. The weekly candles, we have 1 day, 24 hours left in this nice green solid candle. Short-term momentum cycle almost reset to zero. Long-term momentum is still bullish. 3-day short-term momentum cycle is at 3, so it's very close to reset down to 0. And our long-term momentum cycle is still bullish. New candle just started for 3-day. We just barely bounced off the 3-day 30 exponential moving average once, twice, 3 times. Also interesting, when we look at this 3-day candle, and we look at our spider lines, the price came exactly down to this spider line here, the $1.76 level. Let's take a look historically where that one comes from. That one is this January 10th, 2018 line. When you draw a line from there to the center point, that's where we had that crazy whiplash reaction to the downside. It hit right off that exact level. On a smaller time frame, more bullish, more optimistic, we can see on the 12-hour that our momentum is about to cross over after the next green candle close. If the current candle we're in pushes above our resistance level here at $2.79, this will also cross over the zero line, indicating a bullish momentum change. As we can see, last time we were very bullish and we had a reset below the zero line and then a pump to the upside, and we stayed green that whole time. That's when price ran from this level here, January 1st, $2.20. Obviously had the correction, but that's when we ran from 220 up to 340. If we take a look here on the 8-hour chart, we can see we have already crossed over the zero line. So we have switched to bullish. So this is positive news, and we don't want to see this stall out and then come right back down. So we do need to see continued momentum to the upside here. If we reject off this, come back and retest this line down here at 250 or something like that, then we will have to have a second attempt to the upside. We can see last time price did this, it pushed up through. It did fail at the symmetrical triangle resistance level to the upside, coming back down, testing the zero line on the momentum indicator before pushing back up. Short-term trend cycle is already maxed out to the top. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart, we can also see we had signs of potential movement to the upside. Even though price was coming down, there was continuous bullish divergences down here. There were some hidden bearish divergences, but momentum continued to climb to the upside. We can see we've crossed over there now. We've been above it for several hours. So if we take a look here, we broke through this February 13th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. So just about 32 hours ago, we have broken into bullish posture here. We can see last time it tried to break bullish, but unfortunately it failed immediately down. This is showing much more strength to the upside, similar to what we had over here. The breakthrough, retest, pump. So what we need to see is a breakthrough, retest this level, then pump to the upside. So again, higher time frame, still very bullish. Even though we've had this crazy pullback, it was needed. Lower time frames to the 4 hours turned bullish. We take a look here at the 1 hour. It may be peaking out a little bit, needing a pullback on the 1 hour. As we can see, we've tried to attempt this once, twice, and we have not broken this one. It's about to take another rally to the top side here over the next couple of hours. We can see our short-term trend cycle. This is the shaft trend cycle. It has reset to zero, and it definitely has room to run to the upside. Last time we had a bullish green shaft trend cycle 0 reset was when price was down here at 243, and it has pushed all the way up to 279, 280. So during this surge to the upside was a 40-cent move. If we get another 40-cent move right now off of 280, would put us at, so the last move officially was 15 cents or 6%. If we go from where we are now, another 15%, it would take us up to $2.89, $2.90. And at that point, I would say if it does start to make that move where we break this level here, it's more than likely going to be getting us back to the $2.98, $3 levels next. So if you would like to use the shaft trend cycle, you can look it up, shaft, SCHAFF. My numbers, I'm using the length of 10, fast length of 10, slow length of 30. These are the best settings that I've found that work properly. And then this setting down here is the Wolfpack ID. You can search it by Wolfpack ID. Fast length is 10, slow length is 30. Those are the only things that I change on this, and that works really well for me. And that helps you on every time frame. Like I said, we are very likely going to break back above into bullish momentum. And if we do, we have a very, very nice time ahead of us. Now, one thing I did want to touch on before we finish up and I go over Altcoin Pro with you guys, we were still in this bull flag scenario, right? So this is the weekly first green candle up to the high of that candle. We played out this exact flag part of the bull flag, okay? So this has played out. That's how we got to that $3.40. In fact, if we take a look right here, turn this off, we go from the top of the symmetrical triangle to the bottom, and we move it from the breakout level after the retest. So it broke out, retested here, ran up to $3.40. Okay, so that's done. That's the symmetrical triangle back in play out, but we have not played the flagpole of the bull flag. So when we take this and we put that right there, the bull flag of the flagpole gets us to that $2.47 or $4.75 mark. $4.75. So personally, I still feel that move is in play. And when you switch back to logarithmic and you run that same scenario, it's going to be different because of the way the scales are. But when you run that same scenario here and you take that from the breakout, now you're looking at, on a logarithmic scale, $15.75. So two interesting numbers to keep an eye on here. Again, $4.75 to the upside, or a logarithmic bull flag playing out, $15.78.